In 1859, Arkansas was a slaveholding state in the southern United States, and the institution of slavery deeply shaped every aspect of life. Enslaved people were considered property and were subjected to harsh labor, strict discipline, and the denial of basic human rights. Social hierarchies were rigid, and interactions between enslaved individuals and their owners were defined by fear and control. Weddings and other social events among white communities were significant occasions, often reflecting wealth and status. But for enslaved people, these gatherings could also highlight the deep inequalities and injustices they faced daily. Understanding this backdrop helps explain the tensions and extreme measures some enslaved individuals resorted to when facing oppression. In 1859 Arkansas, slavery dominated society. Enslaved people had no rights and faced harsh conditions. Social events highlighted inequalities and tensions, setting the stage for extreme acts of resistance. The central figure in this story was an enslaved woman whose personal life and history are largely undocumented, a common reality for enslaved individuals of the time. Despite the lack of detailed records, historians suggest that her position as a household worker or cook gave her unique access to food preparation during social events. Motivations for her actions remain speculative, but may have stemmed from years of mistreatment, injustice, and a desire to assert some form of agency in a life where she had very little control. Her story is a stark reminder of the human cost of slavery and the ways in which oppressed people sometimes resisted their circumstances. The woman, likely a cook or household worker, had close access to food during events. Her motives were possibly rooted in oppression, mistreatment, and a desire to regain control in an otherwise powerless life. The most notorious moment in this story occurred during a wedding celebration in Arkansas. The enslaved woman, reportedly tasked with preparing food for the event, poisoned several dishes using a toxic substance, later identified as cyanide. Guests, unaware of the danger, consumed the food, resulting in widespread illness and, in some cases, death. The attack shocked the local community, not only because of the number of victims, but also due to the breach of trust it represented. The incident illustrates both the vulnerabilities of communal gatherings in that era and the extreme measures enslaved people sometimes resorted to when pushed beyond their limits. During a wedding, she poisoned the food with cyanide. Guests fell ill, some died, and the incident shocked the community, revealing both vulnerability and the lengths oppressed individuals might go to resist. After the poisoning, local authorities launched an investigation to determine the cause of the outbreak. The enslaved woman's role was eventually uncovered, leading to questions about her punishment and the community's response. Given the legal context of 1859 Arkansas, enslaved people were often denied fair trials, and punishments could be brutal. The case highlighted the tensions between fear, justice, and the systemic oppression that enslaved people lived under. While exact details of her fate may be unclear, the incident left a lasting impression on the community and was recorded in local histories as a shocking example of the extremes of human action under oppression. Authorities investigated the poisoning and discovered her role. Punishments for enslaved people were often harsh and unfair. Her fate remains uncertain, but the case highlighted the brutal realities of slavery.
This incident is significant not only as a criminal case, but also as a lens into the harsh realities of slavery and resistance. It challenges common perceptions of enslaved people as passive, showing that some individuals took drastic, even violent measures to assert control over their lives. Historians examine such events to understand the pressures, frustrations, and moral complexities enslaved individuals faced. The story of the Cyanide Cook of Arkansas also serves as a reminder of how systemic oppression can drive people to desperate acts, highlighting the need to critically examine history from multiple perspectives, including those of the oppressed. The event shows enslaved people could resist in extreme ways. It offers insight into the pressures of slavery, challenges passive stereotypes, and emphasizes the need to examine history from multiple perspectives.